What's going on, everybody? It's that time again. Rep your teams, but it's a special edition. We normally do it on Sundays, but today I said on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook that I would do it today on Monday. Why? Super Bowl Sunday is this Sunday, y'all. That's right. The big matchup everybody's been waiting for. To a lot of people's surprise, with Carson Wentz out, you got the Philadelphia Eagles on the NFC side. Congratulations to them. Hurts me to say it because I'm a Dallas fan, but congratulations to them on a great season so far and doing what a lot of teams probably wouldn't have done if their starter was out for as quarterback, and that's getting the job done to get into the Super Bowl. And the AFC side, the team that people hate so much, the New England Patriots. This is Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, 8th time touching the Super Bowl platform. They have lost 2 out of previous 7 trips that they have made, but this is their 8th one. They won it last year against Atlanta. Crazy comeback by New England. We'll never forget that one. But this is my viewpoint of what I believe is going to happen as far as the Super Bowl goes. Now, I'm going to break down both sides. I'm going to break down their strengths and I'm going to break down their weaknesses. We're going to start with the team that everybody loves to hate, the New England Patriots. Now, their key strengths is, if you watch football, those that watch football fans, or even if you heard of the Patriots and Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, the Patriots are a whole nother animal when it comes to the postseason. I've told everybody that. If you look at previous videos I've talked about, regardless what goes on with them in the regular season, with the accusations of cheating, the turmoil amongst the locker room, whatever, Patriots, for some reason, when it comes to that postseason, because they've been there so many times, they tend to pull it together and they do what they have to do to get the job done. So, the one weakness I see with the Patriots happening, if it happens, anything's possible. I know New England is being favorite to win, which is expected. So, being that Carson Wentz is out for Philadelphia, but you never can count anybody out. I hate to say, even the Eagles, as much as it hurts me to say it, you can't count them out. So, the one weakness that the Patriots have, and people need to take notes from the New York Giants when they've been to both Super Bowls, especially the first time they play them, getting inside Tom Brady's head. How can you do that? I know that's very impossible. When you're constantly blitzing Brady and it's successful and his line is not blocking, he begins to pout, throws his helmet on the sideline, fussing and cussing at coaches and players. You got him right where you want him. The problem is, last year the Falcons did that, but for some reason let their foot off the gas pedal, and Brady comes back out of nowhere, down 28-3 and ties it, and then they go on overtime and win it. So, with that being said, the one key weakness that you got to do and capitalize on is get inside Tom Brady's head. Frustrate him early and frustrate him throughout the whole game. Do not let him get in the zone. I know it's easier said than done because it's Tom Brady. Say what you want about the team, say what you want about him, the deflation, the cheating, all that stuff. You still got to stop that team regardless. Period. That's anybody. If you don't like something that's done, stop them. Second weakness I see with them is their defense. My Madden heads, those that play video games, their defense won't rate that great or whatever, but for some reason, again, it's the Patriots. They turn up during the postseason time. So with that being said, some reason this defense has stepped it up. Now, teams scored a little bit more on Patriots as usual, but when it comes to the Patriots, you do not want to play them in a tight game. So which leads to my other side, the NFC side, the Philadelphia Eagles. It's going to be key to see how Nick Foles, especially by this being in his first Super Bowl, from being a starter a few years back to now being a backup and starting again in the playoffs as well as the Super Bowl. I'm curious to see how he's going to handle that pressure being on the big stage. Don't get me wrong, I'm not taking none from him. Even I doubted him, during the postseason. But I said the Eagles had more the advantage. Why? Because they're at home. Now, Eagles fans, before you start snapping, going crazy, oh, you're just being biased, you're a Dallas fan. Not true. I always try to be honest as a football fan, regardless of what team I like or support or don't like. I thought in my heart that Philadelphia was one of them in the division round. I did. But teams that want to win, champions finds ways to win. So if somehow Philadelphia finds the way to win, become champs, is because they did what they had to do to get there. And they have done that. Defense have played outstanding all season long. They were in the top 5 in defense. So defense been holding their end in the bargain. And Foles did have experience being quarterback at one time for Philly. And I think Doug Peterson was like a coordinator for them. Don't quote me. But he's used to the system, except he was under Chip Kelly's system. But the fact is, he's used to playing with the team, if you get what I'm saying. So that's the thing that's going to work to their advantage. But what concerns me is how Nick Foles and that team is going to handle that big stage. Brady and the Patriots are used to that big stage. So I'm curious to see on the weak side of them, can they handle having a lead and not letting their foot off the gas pedal like Atlanta did, or so many teams have done against the Patriots. It don't matter if you're up 28-3. It don't matter if you're up 30 something to nothing. You cannot let off the gas pedal when it comes to the Patriots. Why? Because they're experienced to not give up to that clock say 0-0 in this fourth quarter, and it's the end of regulation. So my point is this: Philly got to go and they got to hit them in the mouth early. That's my advantage point for Philadelphia. You go in there, you go strong. It's going to be difficult. Everybody's going to have their little jitters because it's their first time being in the Super Bowl. But Brady and them are so experienced and so crafted with this that they know how to handle what to do if they're down or what to do if they're up. So if you're Philadelphia, the advantage you got to do in this Super Bowl, you got to hit them jokers in the mouth early. If you New England, don't go in there and overlooking these guys like y'all did against the Giants, because they were the weaker team supposedly compared to y'all. Now I get that they were favored the first time around to win the Super Bowl against the Giants, but Giants had that determined will to win. So if you New England, your advantage is do what you do. Don't go in there cocky. Don't go in there smelling yourselves. Don't go in there overlooking this team, which I highly doubt that New England is doing. They're a professional team. Just like I said, despite the rumors, hate them or love them, do not overlook this Eagles team because they're hungry. They're upset. They hear all this stuff about how great you guys are. Do not go in there and sleep on these boys because they're in that Super Bowl for a reason. So my final conclusion is this. I don't see it as a blowout. I see it as a close game. I think it's going to come down to the second half. My final prediction, I have New England winning this one. I think it's going to probably be like 34-28. That's going to be my final score as far as the Super Bowl. I think it's going to come down to the wire for some strange reason. Why, I don't know. But I just have the feeling the Super Bowl is going to be that tight. It's going to be that tense. First quarter is definitely going to be tight because both teams are going to be on edge. They're going to be chippy. But I think about that second half, you're going to see a turn. It's going to be kind of close at halftime. Maybe something like, I guess, 14-7 or 14-10. Something close like that nature. But I see the final score for some reason being like 42-28 or maybe, I stick with it. 42-28 is the final score. I think it's going to be close, but I think it's going to come down to who does something in the second half. If the Eagles are up, will they let their feet off the gas pedal? If New England is up, how will they handle that? How will Philadelphia handle being down in the Super Bowl? Keep in mind, like I said, New England's been here before. They're experienced. They're crafty at this. They're smart. They're not novices by any long shot. And they know what it feels like to lose twice in the big stage. They know what it feels like to have that confetti fall down and be ticked off and seeing the other team celebrate. So if you Philadelphia, don't get ahead of yourself. Study lots of game tape. Do what you got to do to get in this dude head early and strong. Again, that's my prediction. I believe the final score is going to be like somewhere between 42-35 or something like 34-28. So it's going to be a close game either way. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm hoping Philadelphia do not win. I know the Patriots are going to get the 6th ring if they win, but I'm hoping Philadelphia don't win because I've been dealing with trash talk all week long from Philly fans, and it's annoying as I don't know what. But if Philly wins, about time. But I don't have y'all winning this one. I'm sorry. If it was somebody else, okay, maybe. I'm not saying it ain't a chance for Philadelphia. I believe it's a chance. I just think the Patriots are too experienced, too crafty, and too ahead of the game. They're in a chess mindset. Philadelphia can't go in there playing checkers. That's all I'm saying. You know these boys, they're built for this big stage. You got to do what you got to do. So that's my viewpoint on the Super Bowl. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the Super Bowl week as far as the media goes and all the comments and stuff like that. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. It's going to be so much interesting things going up the week. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Because if Philadelphia win, Eagles fans, are you watching? I'm coming for you. Because y'all been talking all playoffs all year. And I don't want to hear no excuses. That's me getting on my soapbox for a minute. But I'm off now. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. You let me know who you pulling for, who do you got, what do you think the final score is going to be. Y'all let me know, man. It's Rep Your Team Special, Super Bowl edition. Y'all take it easy.